Well, good Friday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here. And let's wake up the football gods. Hope everybody's ready. It is finally freaking Friday. It is the weekend is here. We've already got the first game in the books. And, well, maybe a wide receiver does make a difference, because Amari Cooper, a player that we literally gave away for a fifth-round draft pick, that the Eagles got more for Rhaegar than we got for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, last night, 101 yards, 7 receptions, 14.4 yards per reception, and now has 2 TDs on the year. That is the one move right there where you look at and say, okay, the Jones is screwed up. Lyle Collins, you look at that one and say, okay, we're better off without Lyle. Randy Gregory, it looks like we've replaced his production. Connor Williams, well, if you can measure him versus Biotish, well, we're doing okay. As far as centers, they're basically rated out the same. Amari Cooper, now we'll see what Noah Brown does this week. Noah Brown actually had about 40 yards more than Amari Cooper had at this point before the game last night. We'll see if Noah Brown has another good game to hold serve with Amari Cooper. The interesting thing on Amari Cooper last night, again, you look at the numbers, 7 receptions, 101 yards, 1 TD. There were opportunities for him to have even more. On a 4th down reception, or actually not a reception, 4th down play, he had the ball, it moved around a little bit, touched the ground, incompletion, turnover on downs. He had what would have been the play of the night, which would have been about a 40-yarder, where he went out of bounds for 4 steps and was the first one to touch it. That ended up being, of course, illegal touching, because he was the first one to touch the pass. That would have been added to that. If he had added those 2 plays right there, he would have been over 160 yards. And so we can look at this and say, well, Jacoby Brissett is not Deshaun Watson. Jacoby Brissett definitely benefited from having Amari Cooper there last night as they get the win. So you can look at this and say, boy, what would the Cowboys be like if they still had Amari Cooper? But, you know, more than anything else, people always ask me, why did the Joneses get rid of him? It's only speculation, of course, but, you know, we're told it was the money, but they could have redone what their contract was. The reality is Amari Cooper is getting less money to play in Cleveland this year than we actually have as a dead hit. If they had wanted to make that work out, they could have made that work out by restructuring it, and understand that more money is coming next year. Forget the hype that you're hearing from Stephen Jones that, you know, we can't afford to pay people. So on the grand scheme of things, you know, nobody gets everything right. Nobody gets everything right. You know, like I said, you can look at it and say, Lyle Collins, we may be better off having Terrence Steele starting for him. As far as having center, Biotish and him, we're about equal. As far as Randy Gregory goes, Dorrance Armstrong is in the neighborhood, but Dorrance Armstrong's not getting the same amount of plays, and it's more by committee. So that may be the one area that we end up missing the most, will be Amari Cooper. Now, if we end up getting back Michael Gallup, and Michael Gallup is anywhere near his potential, then, you know, all bets are off, because then that's going to help CeeDee Lamb become a better receiver. As Noah Brown gets a little more experience, and maybe some of the other guys, or we start using more 12 personnel and start using a guy like Jake Ferguson, that may end up being null and void. So there's that. I can guarantee you people will focus in on how stupid the Cowboys were about letting go Amari Cooper, but they won't tell you how great of a move it was that you ended up leaving Lyle Collins and Connor Williams. They won't. They won't. They're going to focus in only on the negative, as they will with Jerry Jones. yesterday, of course, basically saying he loved a quarterback controversy because it's about getting people to talk about you more than anything else. Jerry loves to have people talking about the Cowboys. Winning, losing, whatever, as long as they're talking, he's happy. Let's go to the tape.
Well, Jerry Jones just said something.
Oh. What about Micah Parsons having the sniffles or something?
Nope. About how he wouldn't mind a QB controversy.
Can I interpret that? I haven't heard this. I haven't heard.
Get your act together.
I haven't heard the soundbite, but let me interpret this. I'm fluent in Jerry. Okay?
That's true.
I'm very fluent in Jerry Jones.
I know.
Okay. That's why we have more. We have more drops of him than any other human being in the drop arsenal. I'm very fluent in Jerry Jones.
Get your damn act together.
He wouldn't mind a quarterback controversy, not because he thinks Dak is the wrong guy. That is not. Do not take that cheese, and there will be tons of folks in our profession who are going to take that cheese. TJ, we're not taking that cheese.
Nope.
We're not taking the cheese.
Cheese stands alone.
The cheese stands alone. That is sitting right out there. Jerry Jones did not. What is the exact quote? Do you have the exact quote, or is it just a Twitter feed?
I don't have the exact quote. I have John Machado, who covers the team, paraphrasing, saying that Jones wouldn't mind a controversy between Dak and Cooper Rush. Said he'd walk to New York if it meant Rush played so well going forward that the Cowboys had a tough decision to make.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Walk to New York.
Here's what I'm saying.
He'd walk to New York.
He does not think that. I haven't heard the soundbite yet. Do we have it?
It's
okay.
It's going to be tight.
No. We apparently we're going to get it to you. I'm just saying, the way I'm interpreting it before even hearing it, it's not that he believes that Dak is the wrong guy. He would love for Cooper Rush to play so well that all the rest of the world that he knows would react in this manner. That there would be a quarterback controversy. Can you return to Dak? They are 1,000,000% returning to Dak. They are 1,000,000 plus 1% returning to Dak. Does he believe Dak is the guy? 1,000,000 plus 1%. Does he believe Dak is the guy? He would love for everybody out there to be talking about as if Cooper Rush is the guy, because Rush has played so well, the Cowboys are in first place, causing him all the pressure of having to return to Dak.
He played one game. What are we talking?
He knows he's got to play more. He knows he's got to play more, TJ. He knows he's got to play more. And as much as he's like, we're not IRing him, he could come back in a month. He deep down knows that that's unlikely. He knows that he's probably got 5 more games with Cooper Rush if he's lucky.
I said this the very next day after that statement came out.
So what I'm saying is I'm fluent in Jerry. He wants Rush to play so well that the Cowboys are in first place because he's played so well that the season is still on track for the playoffs for Tyron Smith to return from an injury in time. That everything is working so well. The Cowboys Super Bowl train is still on the tracks because Cooper Rush plays so well that the national conversation is a quarterback controversy, which in his mind is not a controversy at all. It's Dak's team. That's I haven't even heard the soundbite, and that's my interpretation of it. Now we have the soundbite. Okay, here it goes.
So you'd want that? You'd want that controversy?
Of course I would.
Okay.
Of course that means we'd won. If it comes in there and played as well as Prescott played, Rush played that well over these next games ahead, I'd walk New York to get there.
Do you think he can do that?
Well, I don't know that, but I would. You can't find on record where I said I thought Dak Prescott could do it. When he stepped in and had the chance to do that, but he did it.
So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? You want to play well enough that the controversy does happen.
Correct, but
so why wouldn't he say
in his own walls, there's no controversy. It's Dak's gig.
Oh yeah, you're completely dead on, and he just like I said when he said Dak could be back, he's trying to give hope. He knows everyone's going to talk about Dallas on all the sports shows.
Do not take the cheese.
Don't
But
take
honestly,
the
The
chance.
headline will be in the stack.
What's the fun in that?
Jerry invites quarterback controversy to the Cowboys.
Of course.
Because the subtext to that headline will be he doesn't believe Dak's the guy, and that Cooper Rush has the opportunity to keep playing because if he plays so well. No. It's Dak's gig. As soon as he comes back, he's paying Dak all that money to be the Dak that Dak has always been. And you even heard him say, hey, I defy you to hear the soundbite from me when Dak was doing it to Romo.
Yeah. By the way, though, I personally
do it.
I don't care who is the quarterback. Like, if we're winning football games,
There you go.
you just want the best player to be on the field. And if it's
Amen.
Cooper Rush, I don't believe it is. But if it is and he proves me wrong, great. Let's go. I don't think a fan cares. Just give
me
best
a win.
people on that field and win football games.
But a backup quarterback is supposed to do what Cooper
he's doing,
Rush just did.
What Jimmy
Joe
G did,
Flacco
Rich.
just did. But Jimmy G, good one. You know what I mean? Like, that's what a
Joe
backup.
Flacco did,
And then a
yes.
backup quarterback is supposed to do it and then hand the job back. The same way.
Yep.
Anybody out there who's so fortunate to be able to have your parents as your babysitters for your children,
God
they're
bless you if
supposed
you
to
do.
take the child from you.
Love on them.
You're supposed to have them. They're supposed to win the day,
Spoil 'em.
win the play date, win the day,
Yep.
win the dinner, win the lunch, win the overnight, win the week.
Yep.
If it is a week that you can go on a vacation, if you hand your child to your parents, that when you return, they hand the
them
child back.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the way it is. Okay, and that's
That's
the
the
way
way it's gonna
grandparents
be.
view it too. Hey, love your kid. It's great. I'll take him or her 100%.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that child's
That's yours.
That's the way it works.
That's the way it works.
Parenting and grandparenting. And that's the way it works for backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes the backup quarterback is Tom Brady and never gives the job back.
But hey,
And
that's a
sometimes
bonus, right? That's a bonus.
Which is why Jerry's inviting it. Hey, put me in that tough spot, Cooper Rush. I would be. I'll walk to New York for you to put me in that tough spot.
I mean, I'm looking at Dak's contract. He's making so much.
He's not
money.
going anywhere except back on the field when he's ready to go back on the field. And Jerry Jones would love for him if he's back week 7. He'd love for the Cowboys to be 6-1 when Dak takes the gig back.
Right. Exactly. So for the Dak Prescott haters that think that there's a possibility that he loses his job, don't count on it. But Monday night, this is a big game. I don't know if you guys realize this. There's a big difference between being 2-1 versus 1-2 to start the season. It's not a must-win game, but it is a division game, and you must feast in your division to hold serve, of course, with the Eagles. The Eagles right now that are flying high. And I'm trying to take the high road this season. It's funny because I've got the Giants. Well, I had a few Washington ones. I don't know what happened to Joe Mooney or John Mooney or whoever it was, who was talking a lot of smack about the Commanders. They've seemed to kind of dried up quite a bit since where we were before. But the Eagles and the Giants, Lord knows, Cop Pizzle is doing a Mark Holmes video every day. And I kind of enjoy making him wait. Yeah, because you can see he wants me to come out and play with him. He's begging, he's pleading, he wants that. But, I'm going to make him wait. But when I do come out, Pizzle, you better have your shit together because when I come out there, we're going to knock your ass out. And Lord knows, Philly 500 and Eagles Nation, they are truly feeling themselves right now, that they believe that they are the best team in the NFC. And maybe they are, but let's pump the brakes a little bit. That you've got the Washington Commanders versus, Carson Wentz. And I'm actually going to be a Carson Wentz fan this weekend. I would love nothing better than Carson Wentz bitch slapping the Eagles and just getting them a slice of humble pie. But, it's football. And what happens in September, you don't win Super Bowls in September. You can lose them then, but you need to understand that it's a long season. And sometimes teams start out really, really good and falter going down the stretch. And right now, the Eagles have the soft part of their schedule, and it gets tougher as the season goes on. we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Let's see what craziness Jerry Jones says today with the Cowboys. It's looking more and more like Michael Gallup will be ready to actually play some on Monday night. And we know Lawrence Taylor will be in the house evaluating Micah Parsons. And Amari Cooper, well, he's just making the Cowboys look stupid. I'm Mark Holmes, and I hope you have a great day. Got work to do in the workshop, as well as getting ready for the weekend of games. Tune in tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, for our live stream. We'll be previewing the game and bringing you any more news on the Dallas Cowboys. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.